Welcome to the latest episode of What Did I Miss? And I start with a chuckle because the weekend brought us some news across the board, all kinds of news, really. We had some NBA, a lot of NCAA. And then just when you thought that your Sunday was heading into sleepy times, just to start the week off, a bombshell dropped. Gabe and Paige joining me now. And Gabe, why don't you tell us the news? Because you are, after all, the first person from which I heard the breaking news about the NFL.
I don't like the way this show is starting. And look, we're going to give Jerome and team a real workout here on the edit button today. Because what I think I wrote when I found out this news of Tom Brady shockingly unretiring, who saw that coming?
Nobody.
I think my first reaction was all caps, everybody.
Believe yes.
Sure was.
Yes, it was.
And I stand by that many hours later. I've had almost every Sunday of my adult life ruined by this guy. Mm-hmm. He was gone for about a month. Noah was on the ark longer than this guy was even retired. And what do you know? He came in and f***ed another Sunday.
And then a lot more to come.
Not just any Sunday, Selection Sunday.
Selection Sunday. Which,
yeah,
Lord's Day.
Yeah, there's 64 teams, a bunch of teenagers having the best day of their life. Nope, sorry, fellas. Spotlight shifted again. Hey, Kevin Garnett, would be great to give you some love in fucking Boston.
That's a great point.
Nope,
great point.
Can't do it. Tom Brady wants to do the thing we all fucking knew was coming. The worst.
Okay, so let me understand this. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being absolutely shocked and gobsmacked, 1 being, yeah, no shit. Where are we on this? On that scale?
0.
Okay, 0. Paige, were you surprised at all?
No.
Why?
I knew.
I was.
Yeah, like Gabe tweeting. Gabe texting us on the group chat that I separately got a text that just said the words Brady. Just Brady. Brady and fuck everybody. And I was like, I just had this drop in my stomach. I just knew.
Yep.
At that
I just
moment.
knew. It took me a half a second because at first I was like, I'm not paying attention to anything in this moment. But I put 2 and 2 together, even before Paige, you texted back because it was all caps on Gabe's part with about 400 exclamation points. And the only thing I know that makes Gabe that angry is Tom Brady. And we had seen Tom Brady earlier the day on the Twitter box because he was with Cristiano Ronaldo on the field, doing whatever it is superstars do. So it's just, I guess what I don't understand is like, first of all, no. Number 1 and first and foremost, men. This is a PSA from me to you.
Men?
Yeah.
Men lie.
If I ever, for as long as I live, should that be 1 day or 50 more years, if I ever hear a male even utter or insinuate that in any way whatsoever the female side of things cannot make up their damn minds about a thing, I swear on everything that is holy, I will get in my car, I will back it up 700 times over that person. Because I swear to you, men, especially in the world of sports, cannot make up their damn minds for the life of me. And I don't know if it's an attention thing, that God forbid you aren't the spotlight boy for 5 minutes, but my goodness. I retire. I don't retire. I retire. I don't retire. Make up your mind and stick with it, ladies. Okay, that's it. I had to get that out of my system because men are always like, we can't make up our minds where you want to eat. We don't know. No, it's not us. It never was.
Men are liars.
Yeah, liars and indecisive.
What is happening right now?
Well, I play you. Tom Brady is the reason I'm yelling at all of you right now. Yeah.
Tom Brady has nothing to do with the rest of
1,000%.
mankind.
He's not the first dude to retire and then change his mind 10 minutes later. Urban Meyer, Michael Jordan. There's like a billion of them. They cannot stay away for 5 minutes. Why? Are your families that crappy? Look, I get it. I don't like kids. I don't want to hang around kids. Guess what I did? I didn't have any. So I never had to make that choice. So when I retire, it's because I want to hang out with friends and family and dogs, not kids. You should have thought of that before. Because this is clearly what's happening. Tom Brady hates kids. Period. There you go. There's the tease for this week.
Go a little further. Maybe they have a family dog. Maybe he hates puppies too.
No, does not hate puppies. Nobody hates puppies. I'm sorry, Gabe. All kidding aside, like an entire football season that you thought was going to be your first in a long, long time without Tom Brady in it. And it's that poof.
For the record, thank you for what seems like mildly sincere sympathy there.
Sure.
I didn't think that we were done with this guy. Okay, I never thought it. I've been pointing out that I was called a crazy person by every friend. I was getting so many texts after my tweet storms of his leaked fake retirement and then his approved real retirement, and every day in between I've been getting people saying like, dude, you good? Chill. On this very podcast, you guys were like, chill out. This is vindication day, but it doesn't make it sweet because like I never thought he was gone.
Let's dissect.
Did you think it'd be longer though?
Yeah, did you think it would take like closer to the season starting?
I swear to God, what I really think is that he was worried Ronaldo was going to Schefter him. I think he probably said something to the Glazers or Ronaldo or some big shot with Man U, and he was like, oh, God, this is going to happen again. I got to own this with a dumb tweet. I don't have time to get my social media team to whip up a video this time around. Oh, that's right.
He does love those things, huh?
Well, in that video, his face kind of gives it away, don't you think? Do you think that coming out and the eyeballs it got...
Oh, you could pay attention to that video? All I could think about was like, wow, he's really dressed up for a soccer game. That's all I could think about.
Isn't he like a part owner or something?
Probably. Doesn't everyone own part of that team? I feel like that's part of the deal. Like I technically think I own a half %.
You see Ronaldo say, so you're finished, right? And he goes...
Oh, can you not keep a again, men, let me go on a PSA
Cameras
right
on you,
If
bro.
I ever hear about how we can't keep a secret, this dude can't even keep his own secrets. Men, again, sucking it up for the rest of the world.
Who needs them?
Okay, if we're doing broad generalizations,
we always do.
That's the entire show, Gabe.
Speaking for all men right now. He's not one of us.
Oh, he's 100%
He thinks he's different than us.
No,
I disagree. He's like the first round overall #1 draft pick of men.
Yeah, he's like an alpha one of you guys. That's technically like that's.
What are you saying?
Wait, let me ask you this. Okay, do we think that part of it, do we think this got so messy from the beginning? And I'm not blaming Schefter. We call it Scheftering, but there were technically a lot of moving parts in what was one of the clunkiest sort of pseudo retirement announcements. Do we think because all of that got away from everyone so fast, so then he was like, I retire. But even though it's like, I'm not really going to retire. Like, it just feels like it was sloppy, which led to weirdly sloppy, which leads us to now this, which is so flip-floppy and bizarre that it's kind of not a good look.
What I honestly think is that smarter people than us, and we have a few colleagues at The Athletic who can help us with this.
Wait, smarter than
days.
us? That doesn't sound good at all.
Better, I guess, more attentive to details than us.
Journalists.
Oh,
better at this. Someday, probably, we will discover that for contractual reasons having to do with the cap or his bonuses or fill in the blank, there's some reason that somebody was doing this, and there's no effing chance in hell, no way in the world. It's a total coincidence, the timing of all of this. That's just not possible.
You mean Selection Sunday, or that today is
just
today's
before
day.
free agency,
right?
And like it's just, it can't possibly be all accidental.
That's fair.
Tom is obviously doing whatever he wants that's good for him and doesn't care about anyone else. That's evident. Certainly not fans. But I don't think that he did this and caught like Arians and the team totally by surprise.
No.
I doubt that sincerely.
So the guy, the one of the first things that came out after all of this was there's a dude that paid over $500,000 for his last touchdown ball. What happens to that?
I think that guy just lost a lot of money.
Right? Like you can't go back and say, oh, I don't know. Like legally, I don't know. That's not the last touchdown ball. He never filed paperwork to retire. So like, can you not make the argument if you're a lawyer? Like, retirement paperwork was never filed, which means retirement was never happening, which means this was never his last touchdown ball, which means we bought this under false advertising and we want money back. Like, I feel like I don't know anything about anything, but it feels like it. And by the way, I don't want to sit here and pretend I have sympathy for someone who has $500,000 to spend on a football, because I don't. But I do find it kind of fascinating in the world of sports memorabilia how much money gets spent sometimes. And then on something like this that it hasn't even been 2 months and this thing is already not his last touchdown ball, unless he never throws another touchdown again, which would be kind of crazy. Could happen technically, but What happens?
An idea that I've heard, I can't take credit for, but I want to put out there for you is that whatever legal, it doesn't matter. Tom should just buy the ball from him.
I agree
or
with that.
come up with some arrangement. Like, this guy shouldn't be sitting on a crappy ball that's worth nothing anymore.
$500,000.
And by the way, also, if you want to give men blanketly
Always.
a critique here,
Yep.
let's
we
do
do.
this. Men, if you have $500,000, don't buy something you would have bought as a boy. You're a man now.
Wow.
You don't need a $500,000 football, no matter who did what with it.
Disagree.
That is what?
I just bought a drum set on Amazon, okay? You're talking to the wrong person. All right, I have video games, like full-size video games in my house. I'm 46 years old. So this is the one and only time that I'm going to defend men, like that's it.
Jesus.
I buy dumb stuff all the time. Now, $500,000 for obviously not. But I'm also in a room right now surrounded by shoes. So I am the last person in the world to sit here and judge what people spend money on. God, am I a dude? I think I am.
I think the Brady doing something for him would be lovely, but I have no sympathy for this person, if I'm being honest.
None. They could make something out of it. Like, could turn it into like a charity opportunity of some sort. And then everybody feels good again, right? Like, I'm okay with that. The other thing I did not know about was this movie situation. Who found that this morning? Was that you, Game? Because I didn't know.
I did. I was just in such a
Game
dark
can't resist.
place that I was just looking for more things to hate about him. And here's what I found. This is absurd. I can't believe we missed this. Or I guess I should say I'm so happy that for a few weeks here we missed idiotic headlines like this. Tom Brady is going to play himself in a movie called 80 for Brady. I hate the name. Get ready. Here comes the plot.
I can't.
According to reports, Brady, who is producing this film, the movie will star Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, Rita Moreno, and Sally Field as 4 women who travel to see Brady play in Super Bowl, whatever that is, 51. The one, of course, that he
It's the
did the
Fireball
comeback
Super
and beat
Bowl.
the Falcons.
Yeah, that's Fireball Super Bowl. We call that here in these parts. Well, 3 of those women are awesome, so I'd watch 3 of them. But I don't understand.
Nope. Not that fast. What do you mean 3 of those women are awesome?
Sally
I
Field's
named
the worst.
4.
The worst, absolutely.
Oh, man.
Like I've had personal interactions with her back in my entertainment days. Just a very mean person to me on
Mama
multiple
Gump?
occasions. Yeah, exactly. Gadget, whatever her name was, all of those things.
That's so
Mrs.
funny.
Doubtfire.
I think of her as the mom from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah,
exactly.
I know. By the way, if Robin Williams knew what was good for him, he wouldn't have tried so hard to get her back in his life. Okay, that is the one thing about that movie that annoyed me. Everything else was fine. So it's 4 old broads going to the Super Bowl. Okay, you know what? From a female perspective, like I do like the idea that they have older female sports fans. I don't feel like that's a thing that's ever been portrayed on any sort of entertainment. But is he really, is he going to have a major part in this? No way. Or is it going to be one of those, they make it onto the field and he says, "Hi, ladies," and like that's his whole thing?
He like runs by and winks at them.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Feels like that.
In slow-mo.
I'm guessing it's even less lines than LeBron had in that Amy Schumer movie.
Oh,
he's
that's
just
good
like
for everybody, isn't it?
He's just the payoff. He's probably got like Mike Tyson in Hangover type.
Ooh, which by the way, killed it. All right, so
was
that's
great.
I don't know why Lily Tomlin, Jane Fonda, and Rita Moreno are doing this, but that's I hope there's a lot of money in it.
Is
and
this when?
I just don't get it.
Okay.
So, but we will
Well, go
definitely
ahead,
review
Paige.
it when it comes out.
I can tell you right now that I'm based on our scoring system. This is going to be a 0 in the, and then a like 10,000 in the board scroll. So this is a negative
for sure.
10,000 interest.
Yeah, no, it's a definite white noise / morbid curiosity. Put it on and do a bunch of other stuff, kind of things. But I will put it on for sure. I've watched worse things like in the background, so I'm all right.
Is this actually happening though? That's my
for
question.
sure. Those are 4. Like technically, Sally Field. Those are 4 pretty big names in the demo of older Hollywood women, divas, beautiful.
Yeah,
ladies.
but you know how things like there's the press release and then like does it actually get made? That's what I want.
That is fair. We notice that a lot, especially in this business, because we all have friends that have announcements and then nothing ever happens, and you're like,
I'll get that Google alert going.
yeah. So you know what? By the way, that right there, we just spent 14 minutes and 38 seconds talking about Tom Brady in March, in a 6-week period in which he supposedly had retired from football. That's actually remarkable on his part. He's mastered the system because a lot of other stuff happened. Like trades happened, basketball happened. I kind of feel like we got duped and we fell for it also here at this podcast. Like we should have just ignored it and talked about everything else. Why didn't we do that? What's wrong with us? We control this. Gabe.
I've been speechless since a mid-afternoon Sunday. I don't have anything else on my mind. I can't think about anything else but this man ruining another year of my life. So I'm sorry. I know, like, I think Kyrie Irving got in the headlines.
Yeah, I would like to talk about that because.
Yeah.
So, if you don't know, and I don't know how you would listen to anything at this point and not know, but Kyrie Irving obviously has not been allowed to play at Barclays Center all season. He is not vaccinated. There's a mandate, private sector, yada, yada. Now, the Knicks were at Barclays Center on Sunday, and Kyrie Irving was allowed to purchase a courtside seat and sit there as a spectator without a mask or anything else, because that is sort of how it is now. Like, they've loosened up on a lot of the rules. And it obviously has people on both sides. Just people are mad that people want to give him an excuse. Kevin Durant was like, this is ridiculous. I hope the mayor figures it out. And then there are a lot of people who with just plain old eyeballs who are like, hold on. He gets to sit there. We know he's not vaccinated without a mask. How does any of this make sense? Does anyone have an answer for me while I cough? Go.
No, none of it makes sense, obviously. And, you know, the people who've criticized it, I think Mike Wilbon comes to mind, seemed dead on.
He went off.
And yeah, he went off.
But he went off at Kevin Durant and Kyrie. And aren't we like, hasn't the narrative sort of changed a little right now? Because there are other players in the league that aren't vaccinated, but have been allowed to come and go and play. And only Kyrie's been the one. And now, like, he's right there. He's within inches of the teammates that he's supposedly not allowed to play with in that building only. Like, it's, at some point we have to bring back a little bit of logic. And right now I think we're in some weird purgatory between what once made complete and total sense, and now we're evolving into hopefully a sort of, I don't want to say post-COVID, it's still very much out there, but the next phase of whatever this has been. And like, again, I'm watching it yesterday going, this is dumb. This is really dumb. Like, he's just sitting there without a mask on. So what are we doing exactly? And I know I understood Wilbon's point, but a lot of players aren't there are not a lot, but there are players that aren't vaccinated, players that we know of, and it doesn't make sense to me.
I think Kyrie's counting on you having that reaction.
Well,
because we've talked about this before with him. I think he and Aaron Rodgers are playing from a similar playbook.
Okay.
I think they know that there's a significant portion of people who just kind of want to be on the side that they're presenting.
Yeah.
And so they do a little bit of sort of linguistic trickery or do something sort of stunty to get people to go, actually, I think I might kind of be with him on this one. But they are ignoring the larger point, which is like, there are rules. There are things that we just have to deal with. Like, you're skipping past the fact that you knowingly blew through the stop sign and talking about technicalities. And I think that's why smart people like you have to be like, yeah, but come on, dude. Just come on.
Yeah, I mean, there's an obvious easy fix, but he's not going to do it.
Nope.
So I guess, I mean, I'm genuinely sort of torn right now, and like, what are we supposed to do with this information? If he hadn't been allowed, look, if the building still had sort of vaccination papers were necessary, you know, whatever it was that you had to show at some point, mask, yada yada, then maybe we could sit here and be like, okay, this makes sense. But that's no longer part of it, and now it's just sort of like we're waiting, because aren't we all assuming that he's going to be cleared before the playoffs? Like, this will no longer be a story. I mean, it feels like it to me. I think they figure this out.
Are we assuming that?
I truly think so. Like, I think whatever, mayor, whoever, that it gets
Eric
lifted.
Adams. Yeah, I think it'll change, probably.
And then what? Because here's the problem. When that happens, everybody who was anti-mask, anti-vaccination, they're just going to see, told you so. It was never about science. And I've already seen that stupid sentence 800,000 times since yesterday. And I don't even know what my answer is. Of course it's about science. Science evolves. At some point, when everyone else is vaccinated and 3 people aren't, we're past that. You don't have to get vaccinated now because, well, A, we don't care about you, and secondly, we've taken care of ourselves. And that sort of outweighs that. But like, I think Michael Wilbon went after KD, and I understood what KD was saying too. He's with me on that. He has eyeballs. He's like, why can he sit there, but he can't sit over here? Like, that doesn't make sense.
Well, but I mean, the league rules and the laws of a city, state, or country are different things, right?
Right.
And like we all agree that it's hard to change massive pieces of public policy. We live in a democracy. It is not that hard for the NBA to just change its rules if the commissioner and the team owners agree to them.
Right.
Get a players union involved. Boom. We don't need multiple municipalities to weigh in.
We've seen how quickly that's changed on the NFL side too. They're no longer doing any COVID protocols.
Yeah. That's the thing.
But so I think Wilbon, I don't know why we're talking so much about Mike Wilbon, but I think what he was criticizing Kevin for is, you're smarter than this, dude. You know it's not as simple as pointing out some mild hypocrisy going on in Brooklyn.
Right.
There's a whole city to think about here. The busiest city, the city where this thing started to spread in America as we understand it. They have to think about more than Kyrie Irving's minutes.
I think the simple point is this, and if you were to try to explain it to an 8-year-old who's probably like, the bottom line is this, and I think a rule's a rule, right? That's what we're arguing. Is that I'm no longer arguing about what the rules are. I'm arguing that a rule is still a rule, and until that rule is lifted, this is where we are. And now there are a million rules that exist in life that I don't necessarily agree with, or that I think have sort of evolved into a different kind of version of said rule. And maybe that's what this is getting closer to. But right now, it's still a rule. And so until it's not, it is what it is. And I think it was just such a bizarre thing to watch yesterday. And it made me just cringe for all the people who thought this was all a mockery to begin with, because I could hear them just, see, masks never mattered. Yeah. And you're just like, oh God, okay. There's no win here for anybody. And when Adams decides to lift it, if he decides to lift it, or, they're going to be even louder. See, it was never, again, but I just think that once the playoffs start, Kyrie will be playing at Barclays. That's my 1,000% feeling, period.
Then to end it on basketball then, if that's the case, do they matter at all? Can they win after this crazy season and the weird dynamics and all those players?
I think so. I think what they did to Philly the other night was a bit of a moment, just sort of reminding everyone. I mean, it's Kevin Durant at the end of the day. Like, Kevin Durant is one of the best of all time. I think they have a shot. Now, to win it all, I don't know. I think if they came out of the East, it would be a big deal. But I also think then the NBA has a problem, because that basically means the regular season is garbage and no one cares and it doesn't matter. And that's a whole nother set of issues. I know. That's a whole nother set of Well, I mean, look,
show.
The number of Lakers and Knicks games, again, counting yesterday, that are on national television, that is the bigger travesty of this season. Both of those teams were on national television yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Good Lord.
I agree. I think the Lakers should be on even more. I agree with you. It's a travesty.
I mean, it's like watching just fire burn. It's just garbage. Just hot, stinky garbage. The bracket's out. I haven't done mine yet. It'll probably be perfect. So I just want to warn you guys now. It's kind of how I roll.
Yep.
I have a system. So we'll have to do that. And just to end it on a personal note before we take a break, it was Cacio Pepe night in my house last night. The Parmesan wheel that I once broke my foot on, we call it toe cheese now, is very, very popular in these parts because we made 10 plates of Cacio e Pepe, pasta in the bowl of the cheese and the melting and the pepper, and it was chef's kiss. That's all.
Hey, Beadle,
Wow,
can I
God.
tell you something?
What?
Paige and I are on this show with you every week. We talk to you almost every day.
That's down.
I've known you for a long, long time.
Facts.
When do you think we might get invited to one of these enormous dinner parties you apparently host?
Well, that's the thing. You know what's funny that you say that is whenever we're like, oh, let's have some people over for dinner, I always think like, oh, I want to invite my friends and then I'm like, no one lives here. Kara is the closest, and she's still a 5-hour drive away without traffic. So yeah, it's like funny to me because I think that in a normal world where we all used to work in places together when we had jobs, yeah, that would have been a no-brainer. You guys definitely would have been invited. Everyone but Jerome would have been invited. But his weird Canadian butt, he can't.
He'll show up in his Yeezy slides.
And his toque. But yeah, no, it's weird. I think that every single time. Like, you guys would have been invited to everything so far. So I'm so sorry that this is how life is now.
I'm holding out for toe cheese.
Yeah, toe cheese is, trust me, there's enough. It's going to last me years. We'll be right back because there's no way I missed anything else, but maybe I did. We'll be back. It's NCAA tourney time, and basketball and hockey, well, they're also in full swing, of course. So for many of us, there's no better way to enjoy any of those games than if we have some skin in them, which is why BetMGM is still the exclusive betting partner of The Athletic. And as a fan of The Athletic, you can get a great offer when you use BetMGM too. Sign up with BetMGM, get a $200 bonus when you bet $10. Plus, get a free 1-year subscription to The Athletic. You can just sign up, use the promo code TheAthleticPod, and get in the game with the king of sportsbooks. That's a $200 bonus when you bet 10, plus a free year Athletic subscription when you use The Athletic Pod at checkout. New customer offer. Download the BetMGM app today. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions.
21 years of age or older to wager. Arizona, Colorado, Washington, D.C., Indiana, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia only. Excludes Michigan disassociated persons. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP in Arizona, 1-800-522-4700 in Colorado, Washington, D.C., Nevada, Wyoming, and Virginia, 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help in Michigan, 1-800-GAMBLER in Maryland, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and West Virginia, 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. Call or text the Tennessee Red Line 800-889-9789 in Tennessee or call 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana.
Welcome back. Gabe has had a few minutes to sort of get his blood pressure down. We've accepted Tom Brady's back. Life for Gabe is still going to be lousy when football starts up, yada, yada. But other things did happen, and I'm sure I missed something maybe. So what do we have?
Yeah, well, everyone definitely missed this because right after our Lord and Savior Tom Brady announced that he's coming back, very sneakily, the Vikings signed Kirk Cousins to another extension. This time it's a 1-year, $35 million fully guaranteed contract. And from oft-quoted Mike Golick Jr. on this podcast, he said, tweet, honestly, sneaking the Cousins deal in after the Brady announcement is genius PR, whether it was intentional or not. And I got to say, I agree with Jr. Boy, the Vikings really blew it on this one, didn't they?
$35 million.
Uh-huh.
Guaranteed. Mm-hmm.
Men stay failing up. Gotta love it. Man, this podcast got a real theme to it today, doesn't it?
Kirk is definitely in the football business Hall of Fame, though.
I mean, is he on the Mount Rushmore of quarterbacks, or is it just me?
All right, let's pump the brakes on that one. I said business.
Is he on the Mount Rushmore of people named Kirk that I don't understand? Yes, he is.
Nobody has ever done more with less.
I mean,
he has earned $240 million being exactly
guaranteed
average.
money.
I almost have to respect it if it wasn't so infuriating from a complete and total envy standpoint. Because my God, $240 million on. Good for you.
Literally 500 for his career.
Good for you, Casey. Get that cash. I don't know what the kids say. Fine, that's just depressing. What else did I miss? That's a sad story.
This one's fun. Serena Williams posted this on her Snapchat, I believe. But she was just walking around, I think with her husband, maybe her dog, and saw a couple dudes playing tennis and decided she was going to surprise them and ask if she could play the winner. And she did. And she played against them, and she played in like snow boots, boots, not sneakers. It was just really sweet.
Are they? What age are these boys?
I'm going to say that they're men in their like late 20s.
Okay, that's actually kind of awesome.
Yeah, and they were so psyched to see her.
Like, because now I'm like,
She didn't show them actually playing. She showed afterwards. She was clearly out of breath, being like, that's it. But like 100%.
No, she didn't. Because it was probably for some documentary that's coming one day. There was nothing authentic about this. Beadle, do not fall for it.
Oh, I wouldn't.
Disagree. I loved it.
This is page propaganda.
No!
Can I tell you why my very first thought was as you started the story? I thought to myself, where would Serena Williams be walking where there would be public tennis courts that would be near her house for what? I don't know how that works. Maybe don't even live near public tennis courts. I don't know. With boots on? Where is she? Is it a snowy place? Is it cold?
New York. Maybe she's in New York. There's tennis courts everywhere here.
They were wearing shorts.
They were. They were playing. She was in pants and long sleeves.
But I am with Gabe. I tend to not believe anything ever again, ever. I think everything's fake. But for the sake of, maybe, I hope it was real, but I would think we would have seen the play. And since we didn't, I'm with Gabe. Something's coming out.
She also gave it away. She says in the clip, like, oh, I think they already figured out who I am, which means she was hoping she could play on the whole, like, idiotic, let me just say on behalf of all men again.
Pretty recognizable.
Completely idiotic thing that men say, like, I could get a point off her. No,
Right.
you couldn't.
Yeah, that's
She was hoping
been
that they wouldn't know. Right.
Yeah. Like if she served
and
for
then
real.
They saw her and they were like, oh my God. They have the utmost respect for her. They obviously love tennis. They think she's incredible. They couldn't believe she would even bother to hit with them. The
I'm
whole
with
bit
Gabe.
was ruined.
You guys are cynical.
I think a few weeks from now, there's going to be like a Nike ad. Something's coming. Something's coming. I'm with Gabe on that one. What else?
Alrighty. Thank
Poor
you, Beadle.
Paige. Just like, you guys suck.
Optimist.
Doubling up. This one you're going to be with me also.
Oh,
so
geez.
Duke lost to Virginia Tech, which means that the like goodbye Coach K parade continues woefully along the street. Will we be blessed with another sad, disappointing loss for Coach K in the tournament?
Let me ask you this. Is Duke also mad at Virginia Tech then for not bowing down and honoring him because they were so mad at North Carolina and there wasn't a video and blah, blah, blah. You're the enemy. You're not just the enemy to teams you play, Duke. You're the enemy to most sane human beings that didn't even go anywhere near your school or an opponent of your school. You're just the enemy to most Americans. And so I think we all are Virginia Tech fans right now. And yes, anytime they lose, it's just one more feather in the cap of justice.
Beadle, you sound like a
saying.
Cal State Fullerton fan this
Oh, I
week.
used to watch them play baseball. That's fun. Is that who they're playing?
Cal State Fullerton 15 seed draws the job of trying to take down the Dukies in the
I'm
first
in.
round.
You know, Mark Kotze went to Cal State Fullerton because when I was at Texas and Austin, I used to go watch baseball games because none of my friends like baseball. And I remember Cal State Fullerton at the time was like the best. And I remember that name. Isn't that weird what your brain does?
I did not see that
Kotze.
tangent
Mark
coming.
Kotze making an appearance.
That's
wow.
right. Put that in the rundown so we don't leave it out.
All right.
What else?
Okay, the Players Tournament. The Players is going on this weekend. I think the final day
Heard of it?
was yesterday.
all day,
And
every day.
our guy, poor Sergio Garcia, he gets up to the legendary 17th hole at TPC Sawgrass and absolutely shanks it off the green into the water, which is, that's not remarkable for golf necessarily, except that the mics picked up him saying to himself softly, "Story of my life."
Oh, buddy.
I know.
Get your chin
I
up,
hate to
Serge.
laugh at that, but
By the way, that 17th hole was like the wind gusts were 700 miles per hour. A, B, it's already a hot ass mess. Like, but story of my life.
I know. Anyways,
Buddy, you've
just
had
want
a
to send him
pretty
some love.
good life. All right. I mean, I like. There's a part of me that wants to give him a hug, and another part of me is like, "Oh, well, get on your private jet and think about your day and tell me how bad it was." Shut up, Sergio. But I won't do that because I know that's rude, and it doesn't matter how much money a person makes; they can still have a bad day, right, guys?
That's called growth. On your part.
Let's not go that far. Speaking of growth,
Yeah.
wait, that was a segue. Okay, what?
No, it was just, because I'm a man and so we're all pigs. I just Googled Sergio
Finally getting
Garcia girlfriends, and Google Images tells a different story of your life, sir. You're doing just fine. Sorry about the ball in the water, buddy.
Right? I feel like the money, the life, like I feel like your story of your life is a
You're fine.
pretty good one, if you ask me.
You're
A lot of people
completely
would trade.
fine.
And you're playing golf on a Sunday for fun and money. So, yeah. Anything else?
Yeah, you want to feel bad for somebody?
Yes.
Feel bad for Kevin Garnett. I mentioned it earlier. Poor fella. He had his big moment in
Poor guy.
Beantown. He's like arguably the second most popular person around after Tom Brady. Except he's still loyal to them. Anyway, they had a big celebration for him, and he did the big thing that Beadle has talked about plenty, so you're going to love this one. He called out Ray Allen, complimented him, and basically invited him to come up and hug him at the ceremony. Then your boy, Paul Pierce, ran out and hugged them both. I'm not sure anyone invited him to, but he did it. And
I love it so much.
it was a big, nice feeling. Did you like that, Beadle?
No, I don't.
No.
No, I think when you don't like a person, that grudge is for life. You take it to your death.
Good.
All right? You go out. And also, it's Ray Allen. I'll never like Ray Allen because Game 6, Miami Heat Ray Allen is one of the world's biggest enemies. villains, if you will. So, no, I wanted that to last forever. I like good, petty grudge stories. But I guess on the same vein, like, it's kind of an adorable visual, like all three of them hugging it out and whatnot. But then again, I wonder, how real was that? Was that just for the cameras? Are they going to be friends now? Are they going to hang out?
You got Jesus Christ!
I don't.
Both of you.
I don't know. I don't believe it. I hope it's not real. Sorry, Paige.
According to
We're
you
just
two,
realists.
no one has had a real feeling publicly ever in the history of mankind.
No, they have. They just haven't been positive. They've had a lot of real feelings. The original feelings that involved this trio, I think those were very real, actually. And I think the face
can't
Kevin Garnett
reconcile?
made. Nah, why? For what? What's the point?
For
What are you gonna have, swim parties and barbecues at each other's houses?
their
No.
health.
What health? Look, I hate a lot of people, and I'm in tip-top shape. So technically, I'd say
Wow.
it fuels the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
Watch this. I'm going to end up dying later this afternoon. Great irony, isn't it? Okay. I know we're going
We're
to take a
still
break.
putting the podcast out. We got to run some ads.
Yeah, no. And
right.
will you put one of those cool graphics? It's like 1975 to 2022,
Slow
and then like
music.
a picture of my dogs. Yeah, that's all I want. That's all I like. "Wind Beneath My Wings" will be the music I request now,
Okay.
and it's on video.
If we-
Thank you.
If we can clear it. I'm not sure we can.
You're
We
gonna
might get a
just
sound
clear
alert.
it. It's better
Oh.
to apologize later. Okay. We're taking a break because, believe it or not, people have texted and or left voicemails. We'll be back.
Text and voice.
Hi, I'm Michelle Beadle, and recently 10,000 sent me a box of goodies, which I immediately turned around and gave to my brother, because who else to better test out the goods than a dude? 10,000 makes the highest quality, best fitting, and most comfortable training shorts, well, that he's ever worn. Also, when he's sitting on the couch, which I'm pretty sure all of us do a lot, he says they're very good as well. Tons of features like silver ion for odor protection, no bounce pockets, breathable, lightweight shell fabric, no bounce phone pocket, and an optional liner that is very comfortable and prevents chafing. The versatile shirt is the perfect workout shirt, lightweight, breathable, and durable, and I can also testify, very soft. In addition to the interval short, they make gear specific to other types of training, from running to Olympic lifting to boxing. You can find a short for all the ways you train. The brand believes in being better than yesterday, a stoic dedication to continuous improvement, not overnight success. They have a team of over 200 athletes test their gear to ensure the perfect design, fabric, trims, and fit. Right now, 10,000 is offering our listeners 15% off your purchase. Go to 10,000.cc/miss to receive 15% off your purchase. That is 10,000.cc/miss. Welcome back. We're about to wrap things up on our Tom Brady special episode of What Did I Miss? And we have a text first. Is that right?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Okay, quick reminder. Our phone number is 631-397-0403. Okay, here's a text. It's probably going to be, we're really leaning into Gabe this episode. This is a Gabe-heavy hotline situation.
The Kavorka, Gabe. You've got it.
The text reads, quote, my wife is going to get into, start over. My wife is going to get her labor induced during the NCAA tournament. First question, any advice for a father-to-be? Second question, is it rude to have the tournament on during the labor process? Thank you, Michael from Milwaukee.
You're asking me that question?
I think we are.
You think?
Okay. Well, I hope everything goes well. Let's just put that out front. If it's induced, then I assume we're talking C-section, which means that you are completely uninvolved.
Well, there's a foreshadowing if I ever heard one.
Yeah. So I would say you're going to want your phone for the right kind of pictures or videos. You're not going to want your phone to be streaming like the Paramount Plus app or something. So I would say inappropriate, I don't know. Practical, definitely not. Just focus on the kid.
Oh my God. Lame. I'm hoping it's early rounds so you don't miss too much.
Get a second device, Michael.
And can I say something?
Okay.
My dad wasn't
Yeah.
there for my birth, and I am just fine.
I was there each time, but I didn't need to be at
Thank
all.
you. Thank you.
I'm glad I was there, but yeah, nobody was like, thank God you're here to help out. Like, if anything, I was in the way.
But are you in the room for? I don't know anything. If she's having,
I'm certain I'll probably leave it here. I was definitely in the room. I was way in the room.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Okay, congrats. I'm too much. I'm
We're all
immature.
really
I don't
proud
want
of
to talk
you.
about this anymore.
I think Michael should get a second device and stream. Like,
I
get
think
an iPad,
Michael should get a friend
you know?
to stand in for him, and then he can sit outside and watch. Get like her
All
girlfriend.
All he
So
said
sexist.
was he just wants to watch the tournament. He didn't even say it was his team. If this scenario was it's Sunday and it's like my team's in the playoffs and it's when my team is on, I feel like a different answer.
What if he's talking about like the play-in? It's the play-in game.
Yeah, like Murray State game. I think Buddy just miss it. It's okay.
Depends. Okay,
right.
what else?
Okay, and then we have a
Good luck,
voicemail
Michael.
that neither of you have heard, which I'm going to play off my phone.
This is never good.
Hold on.
Hey, this is Steven. I had a couple things I wanted to comment on. I am not sure if I'm the only one, but do y'all realize that Gabe looks a lot like that French driver in that F1 Netflix series, the Roman dude, the dude that crashed and almost got burnt up? Very cute. I also
Very
thought
cute.
Gabe used
Whoa,
to be
hey,
cute,
all
but,
right.
man, I
Yeah,
don't see
Gabe
it
with a
anymore
win.
'cause his takes are so bad. Just like so bad, dude. Come on, man. The James Harden takes bad. What a sport is bad.
Right now.
Like, y'all need to help your bro out. The Roommate show on Netflix is amazing. Definitely recommend watching that. That's pretty much it.
Roommate. Oh my God, I love him.
I guess I didn't really have a question, more comment.
I love it's perfect. It's better than a question, actually. Look, it's like he complimented you on something
was
He
feeling
negged
great
you.
for
He
a
negged
minute.
you. 100%.
you. Yeah, I kind of love like Romain Grosjean. Yeah, he's now an Indy driver, by the way. Guy's like got a death wish or something. But that was a perfect voicemail. Perfect.
I thought so as
What
well.
was-
Thank you,
What was
Steven.
that caller's name?
Steven? Hold on, let me...
Steven?
Why? Were you going to do a personal shout out?
No, I feel like I have a new bond with Steven. I feel good about my relationship
Steven.
with Steven now. He complimented me. You know, everyone has takes.
Yeah, but he
Everyone
literally
has-
said all of yours are wrong. Not like, well,
He
one
said he
time
thought
was
you were
right.
cute until you had bad takes.
Which is
Well,
the
a lot
equivalent
of-
of like, you're so pretty but stupid.
Yeah, he negged you.
Yeah.
I'm
Are you
starting
more
to
interested in Steven now because
You
of
should
that?
smile more,
I
maybe.
think I might be pretty intrigued now.
This is how it happens.
I-
This is how it works.
I want to tell a whole long story that doesn't have a place in the show today about the time that Beadle and I
Oh, God.
met. Oh, God, who the hell was this? An unbelievably handsome actor. He came to Sports Nation.
Josh Duhamel. Josh Duhamel.
I have a great Josh Duhamel story to embarrass Beadle with, but it's not.
He is
It's
handsome.
not for today.
He was handsome.
Yeah.
He still is handsome, I believe.
He is.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Steven, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
No, Steven, he won't. This is as good as it gets. But if he continues to light himself so it's so dark, we could understand why you mistakenly thought he was handsome. So that actually makes sense as well. And now I understand a lot more than I did 10 minutes ago. Oh my God, we did it, you guys. We got through our Tom Brady special. Nobody died yet. That's it for this episode. I'll remind Paige already did, but voicemails, texts, whatever. It's 631-397-0403. We will be back, and we will be back with Jared Freed on Thursday. And I am
Nice.
stoked because I'm going to watch that crap Bachelor show just so I can talk to Jared Freed about it. Yeah. We'll see you guys Thursday.